my Wild Man Chris. Boom. Wild Man Chris, everybody.
Doing the wild.
Hello?
Hey.
What's up, Chris?
Hey.
I play Wild.
Hello?
Come on. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Welcome. Welcome, everybody, Wild Man Chris. Welcome.
Hey.
Oh, my God. He's out in a setting. Holy shit, where are you, Chris?
Starbucks motherfucking goddamn coffee.
My guy, dude. Just going to Starbucks, fucking hanging out. Are you ready? Are you ready for
Yeah,
your
the
battle
thunderstorm
tonight?
coming on, so I might have to go outside if it starts motherfucking raining. God damn it.
Fuck. Well, we don't need that. We don't need the rain. Are you gonna be alright? Are you gonna be alright out there? Do you need a little more time?
No, I'm ready right now. I
All right.
got fucking dead.
I sent the link to the Skeptic. I'm hoping he jumps in. I'm trying to be impartial here. Due to what?
Yeah.
Forget it. I mean,
Let's hope he doesn't push out.
I don't know. It says he was active 45 minutes ago. I sent him the link. He hasn't got back. So if he does, we count that as a
I'm
W.
in a pretty pissy mood now, so I'm ready to ass him up.
You ready to
Pick
take
him up.
You ready to fuck some shit up? You gonna fuck some shit up tonight?
I made some arms. I lost
How many arms?
3.
Nice.
I swear by the word of God, Jesus is not silly about God if I do not have to get lower forms, or if I don't get my hand plant and get section thin. I'll tell you. I have a question. What can I take the shortcut to lose his belly fat and never get back? Can steroids work? Goddamn, I'll take steroids rather than be a pudgy fat son of a blimp fucking bitch.
Steroids, eh? You're talking my language. Hold on. Well, what kind of steroids you want? What are you trying to do? You trying to get big?
No, fuck no. I'm trying to get small.
Nah, but you want to be big and strong. You want to be fucking huge.
No, I want to be sexy and thin with pecs.
Ah, shit.
And let's see how big my face is. Cuss God if I look like this. I'm look my older middle age.
Yeah, but the
I live in
steroids.
God's eye. If I look like this, I cuss. And I want to curse God. I want to love him, but if I have to look like this, God, fuck it.
All right. That's fair.
Let one of those goddamn lightning bolts strike my goddamn ass right in the eye and kill my goddamn ass if I have to look like this.
I don't know. I mean, one in the chat if you think Wild Man's a good-looking man. 2 in the chat if you don't.
That's the problem. I don't want to look like a man. I want to look like a kid, a boy, a college kid.
All right.
Man, this caveman. The caveman look is ugly. I want to be a sexy-looking, not a kid like a little kid, but
Yeah, but like,
kid.
me personally, I think you look like you know the street. Like, I feel like you're like a guy that like you don't fuck around with. Like, that's a guy like I'm
Yeah.
Got a
not.
lot of wants.
Like, if I caught you in the
Fuck
street,
my hair loss. If only I get my goddamn hair transplant. Fuck. I'm so angry at God. Fuck God. I can't get my fucking song list, dude. You should see my despicable numbers on Spotify. 2 goddamn views per day. And I'm pissed off.
well, nobody uses Spotify. Only douchebags use Spotify. There's nothing on there.
But I'm sick and tired of.
Got a lot of ones in the chat.
A lot of ones in the chat. I haven't seen the 2 yet. So, I mean, I think everybody's kind of
That's
agreeing.
Pretty good.
But gosh, God, if I do not get out of the shithole, I might be getting on the fish tank. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah,
Yo,
let's
fuck
get on to
it,
that.
Maybe I can get some goddamn fucking social media fame. I get 20 years off my life be looking to be somebody, not these goddamn fucking shit loser, middle class fucking piss ass on disabilities and have my head full of hair.
Did you hear back from them?
What the fish tank people say? What that Jet Neptune guy say?
Well, he's not. He wants to make sure I have no felonies or violent history.
Well, you got a little bit of a checkered past, but that's okay. We all do.
I told him the truth. The most important thing with him is to be honest.
Jet Neptune's
Still
been in
front.
trouble before. Like, I'm sure he's been arrested a million fucking times.
And if I look middle-aged right here, like God, I cussed out there and strike my ass down with a lightning bolt if I have to look fucking middle-aged. I cuss God if I look middle-aged.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're here to debate Christianity, so I hope you're not cursing God too much.
Yeah, but until we get there, we're talk some shit. Let you know who I am. If I had my bank back out, my face would look more boyish, more good-looking instead of this goddamn caveman face.
I don't know. I mean, I think you look like the street, man. I think you look like you get.
Well, good, Chris.
I want to be good looking
I
straight.
think you look tough.
Skeptic's here.
Skeptic's here. Skeptic's ready. Are you ready, Wild Man Chris?
Let's get this fucking show on the goddamn road.
Plays intro music.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Pedantic Skeptic. Pedantic Skeptic, YouTube. Check out his channel. We'll drop the link in a minute. Atheist. I'll ask him his pronouns when he comes in. Oh, ask they, them, their pronouns. Hold on.
If you got a winky, you're a man. If you don't got a winky, you're a female. Case closed.
Pedantic Skeptic, everybody. Welcome.
Hey, well, here we are.
Okay, can everybody hear me okay? So
Thank
that's
you.
my microphone next.
Thank you very much. You sound great.
Welcome to the debate to Pedantic Skeptic.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Give me our structure. Sometimes our speech fucks up.
Show a lot of courage coming in.
I wasn't entirely sure if this was happening at 9 or 9:30, but I checked my messages and I just got the link, so now
Well, fair. Why not do it earlier?
Might as well
Yeah, that
move
makes
it
sense.
along. All right.
God, especially with that lightning,
I don't know.
that thunderstorm going on.
I don't know
we
how.
don't
I don't know how the two of you feel about how we want to handle debating, but I look at it as, all right, maybe we should get personal attacks out of the way first. Okay, because I feel like we're gonna.
Let's just stick to the subject matter instead of what you call ad hominem attacks. Let's just to stick to the subject matter.
Well, I feel like I don't know.
Professionally.
I feel like maybe we should throw a couple ad hominems out first and get it out of the way before we get angry, and then go to the subject matter.
Oh, I'm already angry. I'm already angry right now after what happened today.
All right, let's get right into it then. I see thunder and lightning behind you, Chris. Are you gonna be alright out there? It's probably gonna stop pouring.
Yeah, if it starts right now, go inside the fucking Starbucks.
All right. Well, this match made is ready. What do you got for a question, man?
I
Where do you
promised
want
my
to start?
fans a little extra treat, so I gave them an outside broadcast.
We noticed the two of you have had a feud, a brewing on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we are followers of Wild Man Chris, but we'll let the chat decide who wins this battle of God versus no God. Of what else? What other questions you got? Mostly religious debate. Because Chris seems to really know a lot about Christianity and be really into it, and you seem to also know a lot about Christianity but dislike it, which is fair. I'm not saying you hate all religion, but you dislike religion, right? Is it fair to say that you dislike religion as a construct, as a group ideal?
Oh, religion itself, I hate religion. I believe in God and Jesus, but I hate religion. And if it was not for an inner knowledge of Jesus, what I've seen about Christianity today, I would have long deconverted a long time ago. But something inside me won't let me.
Bananas. All right. Thank you, Chris. All right. Well, what do you want to start, man?
Do we want to start with the questions?
Yeah, let's start with questions. Let's just jump into it.
This might be good.
All right. Who are we asking first?
Well,
who's first? We have to come up with some sort of rule system here. This isn't like A&E.
Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go? Well, let's let the skeptic go first.
Okay.
Chris has been talking, doing his thing.
Alright. Do people need to know God or have faith to have a life with purpose and meaning?
No, I think that having an external source of purpose is not necessarily a requisite for having a fulfilling life. I think that we're capable of defining our own purpose, regardless of what might be out there. I think that if we were to look within ourselves and within our realm that we are interacting with constantly, like, your purpose could be, your job, your purpose could be your family, your purpose could be, something tangible, and there's no need for anything outside of our natural immediate world to give us purpose if we choose not to have that. I think it's easier or at least better in some ways for people to derive purpose from things that we can actually demonstrate exist because it's more stable that way.
Good answer, fair answer. Chris, over to you. You want to ask him the question?
Well, with purpose, have something to live for. It's easy these days when we got all these technology, all this. If you can do, if you feel lonely or something's missing, you can just go downtown, get drunk, eat the pain.
Sorry about that.
How did all of us get here? All the primitive men probably lived in the valley. Somewhere thought to themselves, what lay beyond the mountains? Because all the primitive mankind probably thought that this is their world. And somebody asking questions, hey, what's beyond those mountains? Led to the discovery of a whole new world. We see the rainbow. Hey, what causes the rainbow? What's beyond the rainbow? We look at the moon. Hey, what if we could go with the moon? And this led to space exploration. The fact that we're alive and you got consciousness, and we did not know. Greatest science does not know what actually consciousness is. If there is consciousness is an element all its own, then there is free will. And you have to ask, hey, there must be something beyond this. What is it? And that, if you find your purpose within yourself, it's dependent on external circumstances. If you have shitty circumstances, you're going to be miserable, and your sense of purpose is going to degenerate into animal mentality.
That's a fabulous answer. What do you think about that, Skeptic?
I heard a little bit of conflation of curiosity with purpose. I think purpose is a little bit of a tricky thing to define. The word is kind of wishy-washy because it presupposes that, we're here for a reason, which may not be the case. But, if we want to think of maybe, framing it by asking, what do we live for, or why do we keep going? I think that a sufficient answer could be, we are pursuing something that we don't yet have, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship with a god. It doesn't have to have anything to do with the supernatural. Like, right now I'm pursuing a number of projects, testing out insect protein as a food source for orchid seedlings instead of milk protein as a sustainable, things like that, where, yes, you're asking questions and you're yearning for something, you're going out and reaching for things that you don't yet have, but that doesn't have to be something outside of the natural world. And I don't think there's anything wrong with sticking to what's in the natural world, because there's still so much within the natural world we just don't know.
Okay. All right. Very fair answers. You got another question, man?
Yeah, I think Pedantic answered this one, but so this might go to Chris. Do you think atheists can lead moral lives without the idea of an almighty creator?
Chris got no audio here.
I give you the idea to go with people, but there was a shitting ass truck driving by.
All right, you know what? How about let's get right into it. Fuck that. Like, I saw Skeptic. You made an hour and a half expose on Wild Man Chris.
Wait.
Hold on, Chris. I just would like to know what led you to want to do that. Like, what is it about Chris you don't like?
Well, so basically, the story goes, I had no idea that Chris existed until, the end of February. And for some reason, now, I might actually make a silly video on this, because I am getting all these weird recommendations in my YouTube feed of, here, watch this. And it's just, there's stuff from, agricultural videos and, how to process, bush meat to, how to trap it, just random stuff. And some of that stuff happened to be Wild Man Chris's content. And I was a little bit confused when there was a recommended video from his channel, and, I was a little bit confused at first about, why I was getting this recommendation. So I decided to just take a peek at some of the videos he put out. And one of the things that ended up happening was I had seen a lot of the video titles were him trying to reach out to some other YouTubers, like Aaron Raw especially, and some other people. And I had a few concerns about some of the content of the videos, and I made a video kind of looking at some of the content, kind of trying to understand where he may have been coming from, or what might drive a person to have multiple YouTube accounts where there are videos ranging in length from, a minute to half hour, ranting about, various things. And there were some things that were a little bit unsettling to me. And I don't know, I was kind of bored, and I kind of was trying to find something to give my input on, and so that just seemed like one thing, maybe take my channel in a slightly different direction or do something that I don't generally do. It wasn't necessarily anything personal. It was more of like ooh, this is a little bit scary. Let me see, put my thoughts out there on it.
Chris, what do you think about him coming after you? What do you think about
I wish
coming
more
after
people.
you?
I wish more fucking people would come after me. I'm sick and tired of being on social media. I've been on social media since 2009. Back in 2009, 10, 11, 12, I had 10 times more traffic than I do now. Right now, it pisses me. It makes me want to curse God. And when I pour my heart and soul into the fucking video, and come back a month later, there's only 9 views or 19 views, and I have to ask, what is wrong? If I had a good-looking face, the people would be watching my videos. Why is YouTube relegating my videos to the nigger section? Forgive my racial slur, but that's the only way I can describe it with the hatred in my soul for the black man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use that word.
Chris coming out hard. Hey, I'm okay.
I'm sorry, Pedantic. I forgot you said.
The Skeptic doesn't like those words. Skeptic, how do you feel about that word?
I feel like it's a very inappropriate word to use because it's been weaponized against a minoritized community.
Have you said it before?
No.
It's fun,
I had
dude.
black friends. I
comedy.
not just my white friends. I go into the hood all the time, so I'm not racist. By no stretch of the imagination.
Skeptic, my man.
I say things that interest society to try to get your attention because I'm sick and tired of trying to reach out. I feel like a child in the screaming kid in the classroom full of screaming children trying to get the teacher's attention. Nothing, no matter how loud I scream, does the kid attention. So I'm going up to the chalkboard and piss on the chalkboard. Then I have some fucking attention.
Hold on, Pedantic Skeptic. Let me ask.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, all right. I came in when I first started watching Chris. We thought he was a little bit of an oddball, right? We were like, all right, he's a little different. He's got a fetish, he's got a thing, but he likes arms. That's different. I don't know anybody else that likes that, but it's cool, whatever. You like that. That's your thing. I can't hate you for it.
And I God that my arms are not long.
I think they're long as hell. I think they're wonderful.
No, I had 3 women who were all shorter than me. I have long forearms and I deny it.
Well, it's a bad day.
You got great
It's
arms.
a bad day today.
All right?
But you got
You
long
want to see
arms.
something that has long arms? I hope nobody here's arachnophobic.
Well, I don't like spiders at all.
No, I want to have long forearms with good-looking, long-armed girls.
My point is, like, have
Alright,
you seen Chris's videos that he's got love for the hood? Like what he's done for the black community in Kinston?
So it's a little hard to keep track of him. He has like 6 YouTube channels.
Yeah, he's got about 20 of them. They're great.
I got 21 of them.
He's got 21 of them. 21 fucking channels.
Hell, that's time for that. I know that he has like some I don't know what to make of him, honestly. I don't know how serious he is at times. I've
serious?
seen he has this baby punch my face video, it's like a song, and there was some other song about being in the hood in Kinston, North Carolina or
We're in the
something.
city.
Yep. Do you understand this man does go to the hood? Like he goes into housing
We're in the
projects.
city.
Boom, and he raps for the kids, and they love him. He
But
went
this
to
goddamn
jail.
stroke makes it so hard.
You'll get there. He went to jail, and guess what? He didn't get fucked with in jail or beat up or nothing. You know why? Because all the guys in jail remembered him, and they were like, "Oh, this guy used to rap for us." How cool is that? Right? Before we start really
In fact, in jail, the people who were hateful to me were the white crackers. They were the hateful people. Except one white woman but the white guys treated me like I was shit. They looked at me with the uttermost contempt. But the black guards see me, they do this, salute me. They salute me. The black guards.
Yeah, because the white folks are nothing but trouble.
The white folks were the typical racist crackers.
Right. Let's get into some of these questions because I feel like we're here for a debate, and I'm trying to make friends with everybody, but I don't know if it'll work.
I
don't know if it'll work.
I had to get my phone to give me less than 30 seconds.
All right, bud.
Okay.
We'll start with you, Skeptic. Is Satanism a valid religion?
I guess it depends, because, like, there are multiple forms of Satanism, and, like, one of them, at least, is technically considered, like, a recognized religion. I know that there's, like, a branch that's, like, a joke religion, and then there are some where, like, you know, I feel like you can have religions where there's no belief in God, like, there are forms of Buddhism, because, like, a religion is basically just a set of rituals and, you know, kind of a set of rituals and a set of beliefs kind of together. And you can have that without a belief in God. You can have, like, a set of, you know, humanistic rituals where, you know, like, people come together and, you know, like, I know my friend in Minnesota does this, you know, or at least used to. They would get together as, like, a secular group, and they would clean up highways and, you know, things like that, or, like, secular soup kitchens where people are, you know, coming together for service to a community, and that's, like, the ritual because they believe in doing it for improving people's
God
quality
damn
of
it,
life.
Chris, you can't take calls while we're in the middle of a religious debate. What are you doing? God damn it, all right.
Right now I'm at Starbucks. I'll call you back
At least
in another hour.
Did you get anything good from Starbucks, at least?
He got it. What did he say he got?
I forget.
Shit, somebody in the chat knows. He said what he said.
I don't
we got.
go to Starbucks,
Chris, what'd
so
you
I
get
don't
at
know.
Starbucks?
I got a Vente Americano coffee.
I like Americanos are good. That's delicious.
I found it funny this morning. I ordered Starbucks, and I ordered something that had, like, 3 extra
I think I'm starting to feel some fucking rain.
Oh shit, here we go.
Nah, it's okay. I take it in the side with the shit starts pissing.
Skeptic made a good point for free speechers. Think about the fact that depending on Satanism could be a valid religion. Chris, what do you think about that?
Hell no. Satanism the typical Satanism, the stereotypical Satanism promotes hatred and, you know, division and hatred of, not just hatred of God, but back in the 80s I saw a documentary on Satanism, and someone was like that there's a place for love in the world, but there's a place for hate.
Well, well, hold on, Chris. You listen to brutal black metal. You commit crime. You do hood rat shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you listen to dangerous music too. So how do you it's hard for you to judge.
Oh, I'm not saying what I'm doing is right. I just couldn't give a fucking shit.
I have a question. Has anybody read the 7 fundamental tenets of the Satanic Temple?
No. What are you talking to Anton LaVey?
No, that's Church of Satan. Satanic Temple's different.
Was that like Church of Set? Or like one of those weird satanic...
Satanic Temple and Church of Satan are 2 different groups. The 7 fundamental tenets of the Church of Satan are: 1, to strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. The struggle for justice is ongoing and necessary, that should prevail over laws and institutions. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's will alone. Freedom of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend, to willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another, to forego one's own. Beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific facts and fill with beliefs. People are fallible. If one makes a mistake, they should do their best to rectify it and resolve harm that may have been caused. And every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. There's nothing hateful there. There's nothing violent there.
And did you know that Anton LaVey said, do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law? Or Satanism in its rawest form is, if it feels good, do it, and if somebody doesn't like it, they can go fuck themselves. That's Satanism. Satanism is in rawest form. Satanism is the representation of the dark side, evil, murder. It's in its rawest form, and they like to take it and pre-package it in a pretty whitewashed tomb. But if you look inside the tomb, like dead men Oh shit, here comes the goddamn rain. Let me go inside. It is fucking rain. God fucking damn it, son of a bitch.
Alright, let's get
I'm pissed off.
Chris a second to get in.
Oh, give him a second.
Yes.
Holy shit.
God fucking damn it.
Give him a second.
Fuck this rain.
Holy shit!
Everybody get
Holy
their hands up.
shit.
Yes.
That comes from Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. I got Mortal Kombat. Fucking.
Finish him.
Let's just
I was
wait.
expecting these to fight though. If you want to fight and call each other names, do it.
No.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
I'm just saying, I'm here to have a good debate.
Alright. Next question. Should children be exposed to religion in public schools?
Good one. Start with Chris.
What's the question?
Should children be exposed to religion in public schools?
They should be. I told. They should be allowed to be to hear about a form of theism, that there's a possibility that there's God. But that's a tough one because I believe it should be. They should be allowed to pray if they talk about Jesus or Buddhism, whatever. But no religion should be state sanctioned, because if you do it for one, you got to do it for others.
Holy shit! I wasn't expecting that. Chris doesn't believe religion should be taught in schools.
No, I believe it should be taught from an objective standpoint.
All right.
That's
Over to the skeptic. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that students need to have an awareness that there are people with different beliefs across, the world and even within, your own space. But the promotion of any particular religion as a set fact is not appropriate for a public school education. And furthermore, I think that if you're going to educate public school children on a religious perspective, you either have to have somebody who's completely non-religious teaching about all the different religious beliefs, or have a Buddhist come in to talk about Buddhism, and then different Christian denominations come in to talk about their denomination.
That would
Jews.
cost a fortune.
Yes, I'm aware. I just think that if you're going to teach religion, you either have to teach it completely objectively, or give the students the perspectives of people who actually believe in those given religions. And there's no easy. I don't think students should be made to follow any particular religion in public schools, but I think children should be aware that other religions exist. And so, maybe a unit in history class about world religions, maybe taught virtually or something, where people can, understand that there are all kinds of beliefs all over the, world. But no, they shouldn't be indoctrinated in public schools.
All right, so we're all kind of all in agreement. Yeah.
Also, here's the one thing: no man should force Christianity to anybody. If God gave us free will to choose Him or not, who is mankind to force you to become a Christian or not?
Yeah, but what if
God doesn't force you to become a Christian? Why should man?
What if I was all about forcing people to Christianity?
That's the way to get fake Christians.
What if that's my standpoint? The two of you don't agree. All right, you shouldn't force.
Here's the catch-22. If you truly believe people are going to go to hell, you got a conundrum. But I still believe. No, you should not force. You cannot force a person to become a Christian. I'm against that.
I'm Muslim, so I believe we should.
Oh hell no!
We should force people.
Hell no!
We should force people to be Muslim.
No.
I feel like we should force you. I should come into your house and be like, "You're gonna be Muslim now. You have to do what I say."
You let some Muslim come in and try to force them to become a Muslim. I'll stick that raghead ass up his ass.
Stick it right up their ass. So thank you, Wild Man Chris.
One of us will kill the other.
Alright, so we're not all in agreement. We're not all in agreement about everything. Two of you have a little more of in common there on religion than I do. What else you got, man? You got another question?
This is my personal opinion about Islam. This world would be a much happier world if Islam ceased to exist.
Hey, listen, I'm just messing with you about Muslim. I'm much worse than a Muslim. I'm Catholic.
Okay.
So you're probably gonna hate that even worse. Catholics, nobody likes Catholics.
I have
Catholic hates Catholics.
my Catholic friend and I have a joke, and I was like, "Oh, you're a Catholic? Name every sex offender in your area." It was just, we
Pretty good. I can't fucking do that. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. We got a lot of sex offenders in our religion. They got us there.
All right, the next question I have is, do Christians oppose gay marriage?
That's a good question. Start with the skeptic. What do you think? Do you think Christians oppose gay marriage? All Christians in general?
I don't think all Christians oppose gay marriage. I think some of the conservative / evangelical Christians do, but I think that what?
Those guys are the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there are plenty of Christians who either don't care enough about who's getting married. I mean, it is kind of none of anybody else's business, but I know plenty of people who are Christians who are perfectly fine with gay marriage, and you can't necessarily for me, being defined as a Christian is not only a self-identifying thing, but Christians are all united by a very small set of beliefs about God, and then Jesus coming to the earth to save us or something, and performing miracles, getting crucified, rising from the dead, and then all that other those couple of little things that happened in the Bible. But then the social implications, like what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, different Christians are going to disagree on. And so you have Christians that are perfectly fine with gay marriage, and not all Christians oppose gay marriage.
All right, Chris, what do you think about that? Do you think Christians in general?
I think most of the Christians who are against gay people are not because of their religion, because they are already against gay people, and they use their religion, Christianity, as a crutch, strengthen their hatred against gay people. Me personally, I miss the days with men with women and women with women, because there's order. That everything was not so topsy-turvy, haywire, confused today. I look at today, you got people who want to change, become men, want to become women, and women who want to become men, and that's not all. Everything's going up in confusion, and everything, and the sexuality, all people care about today is having sex and getting their rocks off, and that's making them not care about anything else.
Well, he makes a good point. Do you think, Skeptic, do you think everybody just only cares about personal pleasure? Do you think, the whole, humanity in general?
It's getting that way.
It seems like people only care about pleasure.
Nobody cares about the girls that do. All they think about is this weekend's booty call.
Well, that and, what instant gratification.
I mean, because it's raining.
I feel like human sexuality is a little more complicated than that. People can be, I know for me personally, my sex drive changes, quite frequently. There will be times where I'm so preoccupied with something else that I'm doing, there's not really any interest in sex for me, and it's, I'm not bothered by it. It's just kind of my personality, it's, I had a person who was sexting me while I was trying to culture plants, and I was like, you gotta leave me alone, I'm trying to work on these plants, and maybe that's an intellectual pleasure, I am curious about this thing, and so I'm gonna explore this thing, even though there's no bodily, sensory pleasure associated with it. So maybe in that regard, we're always, because the brain is wired to seek out good things and avoid bad things, so in a way we are pleasure-seeking organisms, but it doesn't necessarily mean all we're going to have our minds on is sex and food and things like that. People get satisfaction from helping people out. I just volunteered at an event over the weekend, and personally, I could have used, I had to get up early for this event. I could have used those extra several hours of sleep. I could have, taken, used the time that I spent collecting plant and pollen samples for something else that I wanted to do. But, I set aside some of my own interests to satisfy the needs of somebody else. So I don't think that people are purely driven by self-pleasure.
What do you think, Chris?
Yes.
What do you think? Do you think the human nature is just, nowadays, is just driven by, self-gratification, instant gratification? People don't want to work for it?
Well, if there is no God, we are our own masters, and it starts out noble with people wanting to help other people. So I heard someone define how you gonna start feel when you start doing things promote mankind, and all they do is laugh at you and ridicule you. It's gonna make you very bitter. And human beings are self-speak. They are capable of good, the bad. They are the evil in them. They're capable of evil. Nobody really loves anybody unconditionally. And when people get like me, get to you know what section, get angry and things start to degenerate, and people start to only care about themselves and become good, start to cater to their animalistic nature.
All right. Fair enough. What do you got for questions, man?
Is it possible to be LGBTQ and also deeply religious?
Do you think it's?
Oh yes, it's possible, right? I don't believe right with God, you know. But yeah, but I have a cousin, a second cousin. She's gay, but she's a Christian.
All right, that's fair. See,
I believe she's truly born again, but you know, what she did, I don't believe she did, but what was right. I still love her. I'll support her. You know, I'll care for her. You know, I'm not going to judge her. That's not my job to judge people.
What do you think, Skeptic? Do you think it's a little bit of a, I don't know, contradictory, being like LGBT and religious at the same time? It's a little weird.
That only depends on the religion, because like paganism and some of these other, you know, especially polytheistic religions, they don't really say much about sexuality, and they don't have much to do with, you know, what your orientation is. They are more, you know, about like connecting with whatever gods might be out there, and, you know, having a relationship with nature. And, you know, that's a religion. That's a perfectly, you know, well-established set of beliefs and, you know, practices, and that qualifies as a religion. And that also is a religion that doesn't have any real stance on sexuality. Some of the Abrahamic religions do have stances on sexuality, but a lot of that's up to interpretation, because you have holy books that were written in one language, translated to like 2 or 3 other languages over time, and are thousands of years old. Of course you're going to lose some of the original meaning. Even if the words are the same, the meanings may be different.
Okay. Are people of faith tolerant people? We'll start with Chris for this one.
Not really. Some of them are, but you start stepping on the toes, they're gonna start to get angry. That's just human nature.
Okay, that's reasonable. What about you, Pedantic?
Well, I think that there are people of faith who are completely, you know, tolerant of all sorts of things that differ from themselves. You know, there are people of various religions who are perfectly fine with other religions existing and non-religious people existing, and there are people who are religious who have no tolerance for anything that's, you know, even remotely outside of what they view as a very like cookie cutter shaped part of the world. And you know, I think that, you know, one of the problems with some of these religions is they're incredibly rigid, and they alienate a lot of people that would otherwise be perfectly good parts of that religion if they weren't so strict. But I think that they're, you know, the majority of people of faith are pretty tolerant of other viewpoints.
And also, this, if you truly believe something and you know it's true, you're gonna tend to be tolerant and kind to other people. It's the people who have doubts about their own religion that tend to be rigid and angry and combative, because they have their own doubts that what they will not admit they have.
Yeah, I think you guys are in more agreement with some of these questions than you guys would have thought. It's pretty cool. How about this one? What ethnicity was Jesus? What do you think?
A Jew.
Okay. What about
He
you?
was not a white person. He was not black. He was a Jew.
Yeah, assuming he probably, like, just the skin tone of the people in that area, you know, like Saudi Arabian type area. I don't know exactly where Jerusalem is, but, you know, that general area in the Middle East, you know, just a Middle Eastern Jew.
Okay. Should one nation under God be removed from the Pledge of Allegiance?
No. No.
No, I don't have a problem with it. God can mean whatever, somebody wants it to mean. It's not, one nation under Yahweh, one nation under, the sun god from Egypt, or it's just one nation under God. People can interpret that as they wish.
And some of our founding fathers were deists. They didn't believe in Jesus. Some of our founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin said he had doubts about Jesus' divinity.
How about, what happens when you die? What do you think? What do you believe? Start with you, Chris.
Well, first you recognize you're dead. You may not recognize you're dead. You die. You find yourself in a world that does not respond to you, and you're terrified. You're asking, what is this? But whatever happens, I don't know. But I'm feeling when you die, you're gonna find some nasty surprises. And if you believe in Jesus and I belong to Jesus, He'll come send the angels to get you. But I believe there's gonna be some nasty surprises for many Christians too when they die.
How about you?
And that's going to be that's my biggest fear, that if you die, there's nothing. I believe in faith, but I've spent many sleepless nights wondering what if there's no life after death. That's my biggest fear. That I'm terrified of death being the end. That's my one and only fear, that death is the end. I'm terrified of that.
So, I think death is the end of your consciousness, but, you're gonna die, and then, all your brain activity is gonna cease, your body's gonna start decomposing, and, you're probably gonna be buried, hopefully, or, maybe dismembered and thrown in the woods, depending on how you die, but, your body's gonna break down and be, recycled by the earth, and then, your stream of consciousness is over, and, there may or may not be something for, your essence afterwards. I just don't know, but I am certain that you're gonna decompose and be, maggot food.
That's the thing. It's consciousness and independent element of itself. Because if consciousness is not independent of it, then there is no free will. But if consciousness is independent, then maybe there's hope for life after death. It's something beyond the rainbow.
It seems like you're kind of agreeing on everything. And I kind of was hoping for some blood sports here.
But that's kind of cool.
What's going on
here? You guys can find a common ground.
It's nice that you're finding common ground, though. Hey, think about it like that.
We're just viewing things from different perspectives.
Skeptic, do you want to call Chris a cocksucker or something like that? You want to get nasty? Chris, you want to
what he does in his bedroom with other people's cocks is not any of my business.
Do you want to call each other names? Like, we could do that? Alright,
I just call him Pedantic, Skeptic.
What do you got for questions, man? It's a lot more civil than that doctor we had on earlier who was full of shit. That guy was crazy.
Can you prove that God exists or doesn't exist?
You prove that God exists. Chris, start with you.
There's no way you can prove that God does or does not exist. But I would think with science, the science allows for the possibility of a theory for God, because how did everything get here? Even if there's infinite regression, as what Rich Dawkins said, the universe has always been here. Why is it something instead of nothing? And a lot of those atheists would try to poo-poo that argument and say, "Oh, that's not an argument." But if you get that right down to it, why is there something instead of nothing? Here's a theory about the cosmos, that time is for everything that ever happened, ever will happen, is happening now, is happening this moment right now. It's just like the number line. Do 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, and you have the negative numbers, and each number has a relationship to the other numbers.
That's fucking outstanding. All right, Skeptic, what do you think?
So I don't think it's really all that possible to ascertain the existence of a God with the tools we have. If you think about God being a supernatural being existing outside of the natural realm, either that God has to interact with the natural realm, and because interactions with the natural realm are inherently natural, there's got to be some way to perceive it, and if that's not the case, then, it may be unknowable, but the biggest issue is that we haven't definitively demonstrated the existence of really any definition of God, whether that's the impersonal prime mover of the universe or the, personal Christian God that's like, listening to your prayers every night or whatever. And, the word God can mean so many different things, which causes some problems, because, like, if I define God as myself, then of course God exists, but if I define God as, supernatural being that I have a personal relationship with, I have no evidence for that being's existence. And, I do quickly want to say about the whole something from nothing issue. There is a theory in I think it's physics or something, where because there's negative energy and dark matter in the universe.
Oh, I've heard that. See, nothing is. Aristotle in the first century said nothing is rock streamed about. And Lawrence and Krauss, even Mike Dillon Honey said, your definition of nothing is not absolutely nothing. But so therefore their argument failed miserably. So what I'm saying is, what rock stream about? Nothing. Out of that came all this. Why can I have, Lawrence and I've seen this video on Lawrence and Krauss, and about the Jesus. The only thing I can say about the proof of God is there's something about the name of Jesus. Something about the name of Jesus that seems to have a power no other religion does. At least it does for me, but that's the only thing I can say. But Lawrence Krauss theory of nothing to me. I heard that, and it's a laugh.
It sounds like we're agreeing again. It sounds like there's more agreeing than debating. I mean, we're all kind of on the same page with that. All right, let me ask you this. Skeptic, how long are your forearms?
I don't want to know.
I just want, out of curiosity, I want to know if his is longer than mine, or who's got the longest forearms.
Do you want inches or centimeters?
Inches.
Okay, so my forearms are approximately 10.5 inches.
10.5 inches? Oh, shit. I don't have a fucking tape measure or ruler. Traditionally, we use a ruler.
I mean, if you have like a piece of 8x11 paper or something like that, you could probably use that as a proxy.
All right. We gotta figure out who's got the longest arms around here. Chris, how long are your arms?
My elbow to wrist bone is 10 and 6.5 inches.
Well, that is.
And that makes me angry. I want my elbow to wrist to be 11 and 1/3 of an inch long.
Well, shit. That answers Jacob's question in the chat, asking about long forearms. Fuck it. Skeptic, what do you think of Chris's forearms, King?
Forearm length has to be relative to wrist.
It's relative, but traditionally we do elbow to wrist.
Yeah.
Like that's our style. But we use rulers. All right.
So let's see. That's about 10 inches.
Chris likes like bad bitches that do that. So fortunately, now we're all on the same page. Who's got the longest forearms around here? Get into the fact. Let's get into the fact. All right. Hold on. Skeptic, we got into a thing about Chris's weight in your expose of him.
Okay, that was mostly in the context. I think he had said something about sinning or disobeying God, and I had said something about gluttony being a sin in the Bible or something like that. It was more about the, judge not lest ye be judged sort of issue.
All right, Chris, what do you think about that?
But here's what makes me angry. I had to cut back to where I'm always hungry to lose weight. That makes me angry. I'd get 10 years off my life, be able to pick out at least 3 times a week and be sexy and thin. I'm not gonna die. I start taking steroids. If it gives me cancer when I'm older, just as long as I can be thin and sexy.
It won't give you cancer. It'll just fuck up your kidneys.
As long as I can have 10, 15 years being sexy and thin and good looking,
you still gotta lift weights. Like if I got you the juice, you'd still have to lift weights. You'd still have to work out a lot.
Well, I mean,
here's the problem. When I work out, I cannot work out because something's wrong with my muscles, and they start hurting like hell when I start working out. I'm doing it correctly. I don't know if it's what the hell. There's a fibromyalgia or something like that. I don't know what it is. I cannot figure out. and I'm angry. I'm angry at God. I'm angry, and that's why sometimes I can't. I cannot help myself but curse God because I'm sick and tired. I do not accept being fat and pudgy. I'd rather die and being sexy and thin than live being pudgy and fat and laughed at by and not noticed by the girls.
All right. Well, there you have it. I mean, that's kind of why, like, if you're gonna talk about the man's weight, like, that's kind of, he curses God. He's pissed off. Makes sense, right?
Like, I could give plenty of like appetite suppressant and like.
I don't want to suppress that because I want to eat. I want to pig out and be able to lose weight. If I cannot eat, I don't know. If I cannot enjoy eating and pigging out, I don't want to live. Eating is a drug to me. I gotta eat. I gotta be able to eat. If I cannot eat, that's like Hugh Hefner being unable to reach orgasm in the Playboy Mansion. I cannot eat, I live.
Man likes to get high. It feels good. Skeptic, do you have
license? I don't want to get high. I don't want to smoke marijuana. I want to eat. I want to stuff my face.
Fucking A. Skeptic, did you call the police on Wild Man Chris?
No, I sent an email to somebody because he had a scheduled video for May 15th about there being a mass shooting, and that really set off some alarm bells with my roommate and I. And so
did you do any research? Did you you gotta research Wild Man lore? Like, you would understand Wild Man if you researched his lore. Like, he's got love for, number one, he's got love for the hood. Everybody in the hood loves Wild Man Chris. Everybody goes to cookouts, he raps, everybody loves him. Two, he commits crime. It's harmless crime. Wild Man's crime is lashing out at society that abused him.
I'm sick and tired of being ignored. That's the problem, man.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna tell. I'd rather go to the pit and be raped by Big Bubba and come out, people knowing who I am, than be this loser I am today.
That's right.
Nobody knows.
So
when I see my social media views so low, that makes me curse God violently. I don't care what it does. Just give me some social media traffic, and I'll be happy.
Well, go ahead.
I'm curious. I don't know. Do you watch South Park at all, Chris?
Something about South Park. Nah. I just it's colorless. It just does not stimulate my mind.
There was an episode that you might relate to where Butters, one of the characters, was frustrated about society, and so he was like trying to cause mischief. I think the episode's called like The Simpsons Did It First or something, where like Butters wanted to like pull these like little pranks on like people, and like what he found out was like every idea he had was already done on The Simpsons, and he was getting pissed off about it, which is kind of funny.
There you go. Shit. I mean, honestly though. Do we really? It seems like he's agreeing on a lot more than you're fighting about.
I'm hungry right now. I'd love nothing more.
Well, he's hungry.
I'd love nothing more than stuff right here. I got this right here. I got my Ally weight loss pill. So if I do pick it out, I'm gonna take that pill before I eat.
So you're saying you didn't call the police on Wild Man Chris?
No, I emailed the tip line.
Why would you email a tip line on the dude? He's not gonna shoot it. He doesn't have a gun anymore. They took his gun away.
All right, let me tell you a story.
I'll tell you why they took his gun away.
I have cops come to my house, and one of them with the FBI. He's like, I'm sick. He's like, I want to see another video where you're talking about mass shooting. One time the FBI came to visit me back in 2013. I'm thinking to myself, good. They said, well, watching your videos, I'm thinking to myself, good. I need the fucking views.
Listen, Skeptic, do you really think all right, the FBI and the federal government is a white supremacist, racist organization. They're out to hurt people, obviously. So, what the fuck, man? Why do you want to report the Wild Man? He's fighting the man.
Well, he didn't know. Now he knows me.
Now you know. So
there's a guy doing the documentary on my life. When he first saw me, he thought I was a nutcase. He called the mental health department, and they said, call the cops. He's like, I don't want to get the boy arrested. So he finally called me, and after he called me and stoneboat me, now he's shooting a documentary on my life. Mark Blackwell of Osmond Cat Studios.
You hear that?
He's just waiting for me to come out with some more songs.
Well,
Oh boy.
I'm telling you, Skeptic. He does. The Wild Man, he's fighting the man. Like, fuck it, dude. Like, let him.
And I go out and panhandle so I can afford money to go to LA to get my songs produced.
He goes
and
to LA and raps the hood.
I pour my heart into the song to see the low views I got. I curse God.
Sounds like you kind of get along. You both don't like God. Chris is pissed.
No, I love God, but I'm angry. If God loves me, why doesn't He allow me to have some of this?
Shit.
I believe in God. I can't stop believing in Jesus. I just can't. Something won't let me.
I mean, shit. I curse the FBI too. So I feel like we're all on the same page as that. Fuck the FBI. Who fucking cares about the FBI? Like, they sound like a bunch of dickheads. Can we all agree on that?
Video, just watch my videos. I'm happy.
All right. You got other questions, man? What do you got for religion? Because we're all getting along here. It all seems like we're all on the same page. Like, you know, just don't tell me what to do. Leave me
I had to call my ride and let him know. He said to call me right in 30 minutes, or else he's gonna leave me here.
Do you gotta go?
No. I gotta call him, let him know.
The man's taking calls in the middle of his debate. Serious level of confidence from Wild Man Chris. Incredible. What else you got, man?
Do religions around the world encourage prejudice, sexism, and racism?
It depends
Not
on religion.
overtly, but you know.
Chris. Alright, hold on. We gotta listen to Chris's phone call for a second. Hold on.
Goddamn phone.
Let me go fuck this.
Pretend to be a kidnapper. Pretend like you've been kidnapped.
Man, this fucking pisses me off. God fucking damn it.
Then on
You should
answer.
be like, we have kidnapped Chris.
God fucking damn it.
Chris, do you need an Uber?
It's probably this goddamn thunderstorm messed it up. Okay. We got 5. Hello? Okay, well, yeah, I'm out there walk the sheet because that freaking clothes here. Starbucks, I'll be at shits. Across the world, on the same side of Starbucks. Sheets. Yes. Yes. Okay, I might walk downtown then, you know.
Chris, are you still on the phone, bro?
Alright.
Alright, I guess we'll wait.
No.
That's good. Alright, since Chris is here,
I want to go down.
Pedantic.
I want to go downtown to measure some arms, and he won't let me.
Has your opinion of Chris changed since this conversation?
You what?
Hold on. Skeptic, has your opinion of Chris changed since this conversation?
A little, yeah. I don't really think that he's like some unhinged nutcase anymore.
That's good.
And
Okay.
Chris, how do you feel?
Keep in mind, when Clean Your Stats first told me, he thought I was a nutcase. So,
I thought Chris was nuts. I thought Chris was insane. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? He's out there measuring forearms and shit. Who does that? But now I measure forearms. Now I do that. Like, I walk down the street and I'm like, alright, like, that girl's got some delicious long forearms. I can't help
Do you
myself.
think that is like a valid fetish?
That's a good question. Do you think measuring forearms is a valid, like, fetish?
It's valid to me. That's all that matters. People
We know it's valid to you. Like,
Yeah, people not. Well, I couldn't care less what other people think. Just as long as it makes me happy, that's all that matters.
I don't care what gets other people off, as long as, you know, they're not like hurting someone else in the process.
Not hurting anybody. Man's just looking for some
Do
tasty
you have
ass
any
forearms.
different fetishes that
I'm into degradation and I'm into knife play.
Oh, there you go. Chris, what do you think about degradation and knife play?
Do what?
What do you think about knife play?
Not put in.
Why? I
What
mean,
is
you
that?
use your forearms, bro. You can't judge other people.
Well, my personal taste is ew. No, what is knife play?
I don't know, just trying to stab you. Tell them what it is. I don't know.
Oh,
what it is.
that you shouldn't want to hurt people.
Well, no, you're not actually getting hurt. It's just like, in the bedroom, you're,
Well, if that's your thing, go for it. Just don't involve being in it.
We're agreeing
Well,
again.
you're not actually breaking anybody's skin with the knife. You're just kind of toying around with
Oh, go ahead, go for it. If it floats your boat, sail on.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom. Agreeing again. What else you got?
If it floats your boat, sail
So
on
wanna go-
to the happiness.
The religion questions, I feel like I was surprised here that you guys agree on so much. Like that's
I
pretty
know.
cool.
Wasn't really much of a debate. That's alright. What else you got, man? Got any more?
Yeah, got a few. Let me. Are the 10 Commandments flawed?
Alright, who we starting with?
Let's start with Chris.
Alright, Chris. 10
Left to
commandments,
Yeah,
are they flawed?
they're really good. God, everyone needs a day of rest, and if you love God, I mean, it takes faith to believe in God, but if you love God and you love your fellow man, you live a wholesome life. That's my belief.
Alright, how about you?
Okay, I'm gonna have to get. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go because they're shutting down.
Oh, you're leaving, Chris?
Let's see. I would go out there. I would go out there, but I don't know if it's gonna keep raining. But the table's wet. I'd fuck up my computer.
I curse you, God, if I look at that
I have to put it in this thing right here.
soul. I curse the Holy Ghost if I look at that soul mid-age. I curse the Holy Ghost if I look mid-aged.
Get my fat
I
pill.
think Chris has.
Let me teach you my fat pill so I can go eat after this.
Chris, you got it right?
Alright, so maybe do we guys see common ground? Are we guys?
Are we all cool? Are we gonna fight again? Are we gonna make videos to hate each other? I think we all agree. It seems like it's the same pretty much viewpoint as just don't fuck with me and I'm not gonna fuck with you.
Yes. Didn't get some.
He's taking calls and walking through the whole time.
Yeah.
Alright, Pedantic, Skeptic.
Live and let live, live and let die.
Pedantic, Skeptic. Everybody subscribe on YouTube. A lot of bug stuff. I like bugs. Bugs are cool. They're fun.
Yeah.
So check that out. It was wonderful having you. Thank you very much for being such a sport
Thank you
about this.
both.
Thank you both. Well, we got Chris for another minute before he gets picked up. But we'll end it at that. I feel like we found common ground. We don't need to fight anymore. Kind of foolish.
And y'all do me a favor. Please go watch my video, Baby Punch from Facebook and Spotify. Get me our fees up.
Well,
I
obviously
have
we're
an
gonna do
issue
that.
with Spotify right now. They're still charging me, but they locked me out of my account.
Damn.
Yeah,
I
I don't know
haven't
what that's all
used it.
about. Fuck Spotify.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us.
Well, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later.
Have a wonderful night. Thank you. We had a wonderful Pedantic, Skeptic on YouTube. President Christopher. Wild Man Chris. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you, everyone. Thank you to Andrew Ditch. Thank you to Dr. Melvins.
We're not. Hold on. So we gotta put up the poll of who won that debate.
Well, I mean, that was the most neutral debate.
I know. I feel like I let you down with that one. It's a call-in. Nobody called in. Nobody gave me any questions. We had a whopping.
We have one video to play if you want to play it.
Which video?
It was just a funny black guy that I found. If people are up for that.
Hold on. Let me put in a poll for you real quick. Who won? It wasn't really much of a debate. Like, honestly, everybody wanted me to get real hard-hitting with the Skeptic. I don't know. I feel like they kind of understood each other a little bit more.
Yeah, I
They're like,
wasn't
all right.
expecting that one. So, I mean, at least, we didn't get we didn't get the feud we wanted, but, I mean, We got
didn't
better.
get the blood sports we wanted. But we weren't.
They were able to see common ground.
Did we really want the blood sports though, or did we want people to just kind of goof around a little bit?
Well, I mean, I think we got too. The earlier debates were a little
while earlier got a little bit ridiculous. Like with Kevin Mav and wearing his, what the fuck was that? Like, it was funny though. We had a good laugh at that. What do you think? Well, I wanted to see how this comes back because we don't know.
You want to watch that one black guy video? It's kind of funny.
What is so great about this black guy's video?
That's the one video that I play. Everything else is kind of.
All right, where is this?
It's on the last playlist that we had.
All right, hold on. I got the Monday
If it's
night.
still up, I don't know.
I got the Monday Night Football playing. Fuck you up more.
Yeah, this.
He's not a Don Lemonhead.
Damn, we didn't
Where's
see
the
who
gig
won
good?
the debate.
So I see on Roland Martin